Now, our youngest member of the KUSI sports team, he's the watchdog, Mason Kern, back for his third visit. Mason, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk quickly about the Gulls. Are the Gulls going to win their playoff series with Ontario?
I think they'll win the series. I think the Reign might pull it out tonight. The Gulls are on a 3-game winning streak, so they're coming in hot. But I think the Reign, they won the season series this year, and I think they'll get jumped tonight. But.
All right, young man, you know the drill. We have the BAM, the Big American Monitor. I push a button, you tell me the answer. Who's going to win the NBA MVP?
I'm going Russell Westbrook. I mean, his X factor on the down, his teammates were not helping him that much this year, but he still was able to lead them to 6th in the Western Conference, and he did that basically by himself. Kevin Durant left, and his ability to do that on his own really steps ahead of the rest. His triple-doubles were also a key factor as well.
All right, so we'll move back to the ice. Who will be hoisting the Lord Stanley Cup?
I'm going Pittsburgh Penguins. Their X factor on the up. They have Sidney Crosby. He's the best hockey player in the world. He led the league in goals again. Evgeny Malkin and Phil Kessel also are going to help him out, and they need to improve the penalty kill, however. If they do that, they're going to be really hard-pressed to beat in this year's Stanley Cup.
All right, Mason, you can't be on this segment without the question that everyone's talking about right now. Every time we have a guest, we talk about the Aztec, the mascot. Should it stay or should it go?
I think it should stay. There's only been one group who have complained, and it's not been the Indians. I think the Aztecs are part of the San Diego State culture. It needs to stay, and it's going to be really hard to rebrand an entire university. They're the Aztecs. That's what they're known for, so I think it should stay.
All right. This week we learned that Tiger Woods had yet another back surgery. Tiger Woods, not if he's going to win again, will he play again?
I think we might see him in an Augusta National playing maybe another major tournament, but I don't think, like you said, he's not going to be able to win another one. His 4th back surgery in 4 years. He's also had knee problems, so he's not the same Tiger Woods we're used to, and he's been that way for a few years now.
All right. Earlier this week, we had Canelo Alvarez in town. He'll be fighting Julio Chavez Jr. May 6th, right around Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. It's not for a belt. They're fighting at a catch weight of 160 pounds. It's for the pride of Mexico, the title of Best Mexican Fighter.
Exactly.
Who's going to win this?
I'm going Canelo Alvarez. Yes, he does have a 2-inch reach advantage, or so Chavez Jr. has it on Canelo, but I think his speed is really going to be a huge factor here. Chavez Jr. was knocked out before, and Canelo has really great power. His X factor is going to be on the up. It's going to be his chin. He takes punches really well, and Chavez Jr. being knocked out, he doesn't take them very well. Canelo's going to win this one. All
right. The other big story this week was the Chargers schedule that came out. Looks to me like 16 road games. We're going to put it up here. We'll flip through it. Chargers schedule. What's their finishing mark this year?
If everything goes right for them, I think they could go as well as 9-7. They need to be a win-now team, having moved to Los Angeles. They don't have a good fan base yet, so they need to do much better than they did last year. They went 5-11. So if Phillip Rivers can carve up opposing defenses and they bolster their defense through the draft, they're going to be a hard team to beat.
And we should mention the 2 big games on the schedule. The Monday nighter against Denver. They'll be opening up against their arch rival. And then Thanksgiving Day, they'll be at Dallas, and that's always the nation is watching. So those are the 2 big games. We're going to talk about the draft. Next time you're here will be on Friday. The draft will be going on. So we thought we'd put your mind to tell us about the 3 players no one's talking about.
Yeah, quarterback, I think Chad Kelly out of Ole Miss. He's made his own name for himself. I mean, he does have some skeletons getting kicked out of Clemson into some legal trouble, but however, he could be a 4th-round option for a struggling 49ers team at quarterback. So if he's able to clear his name, then he'll be a good pickup for a struggling NFL team. Then you have Trey Hendrickson. He's an edge rusher, and the edge rusher class this year is pretty deep. He's out of Florida Atlantic University, and he could be around 4 or 5 possibility, maybe for a Patriots team who could use some help on the defensive edge. He's a very good pickup for a team who needs that size and length for that NFL caliber team. Also, Jeremy McNichols. He's out of Boise State. He's a running back. It's a pretty deep running back class this year, so you could see him fall out of the top 100. And he's a round 3 option for maybe an Eagles team who could use some help out of the backfield. It would be nice to see Jeremy McNichols get some action. All
right, so we have just a little extra time. Tell folks what where are you right now? You're a senior at Poway?
Yeah, senior at Poway High School, yeah.
And where will you be going after that?
I'm going to Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.
Your eventual career goal?
Sports broadcaster. I'm taking over after you.
I think that would be, I would be honored if that would happen.
Me
just
too.
Out of curiosity, be, like folks, here as the sports director here at KUSI, I feel like it's important that at least one time a week you have a sportscaster who actually knows what he's talking about. So that's why we have Mason involved. Mason, tell people how much time you put into a project like this.
I put a lot of time, and I work hard for this. I really appreciate the time.
All right, that is Mason Kern, the sports watchdog, who can be followed on Twitter at?
A Sports Watchdog, and Instagram, the Sports Watchdog as well.
All right, so Mason will be here Fridays, either 5:45, 6:45. One programming note, 2005 Silver Pigskin winner Abraham Muhazy will be in studio next. Abraham, who is the pride of El Cajon, put the school on the map when he won the Silver Pigskin, has now spent the rest of his adult life helping the school out and the surrounding community, and he has another project cooking, and we're going to have Abraham in studio to talk about that. So we have pods, goals, a bunch of playoff hoops, 8 prep stops, and Abraham Muhazy all coming up later in the night. So concludes our 5:45 Sportscast. Back to my esteemed colleagues on the news desk.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Paul.
A lot going on in sports today.
Bunch.
Stay with us. The KUSI News at 6 is next.